I just had a massive breakthrough, and I don't know if this is all made up in my head or in somewhat relevant, but there has been so much cancer in my family. And there's this whole concept in like alternative medicine of how our well-being, our body, like our thoughts really impact our body. Like I've got fibromyalgia, which means that when I get stressed out, my whole body hurts. And it's really scary because usually you think pain means something is really wrong, means, I need to fix something. I need to either get medicine, get rest, just have an activity to heal myself into balance again. But with fibromyalgia, you rest, it doesn't get better because it's like it's stress, which is like where your thoughts are, you know. And so, sorry, I just woke up because I was, terrible. Yeah, but in the concept of like, oh well, like having negative, dense emotions like fear, anger, grief, shame, guilt, those generate the illnesses. But I think we have it all wrong. I don't think that's true. I don't think that, if there is an amazing being like a creator, why would a creator make us having like a bad emotion inside? Now, the reason I say this is because I think the key is avoidance. I think avoidance is the issue, because an emotion like anger, for instance, I was told is really healthy when it comes to prompting us to do something about it. Anger can come up when we feel like our personal values have been violated. And so we want to do something about it. We are prompted to take action. If I believe that everything in my life is happening for me, for my personal, spiritual development, growth, and, positive end, then why would life put me in a situation where it is miserable? Because I know that somehow I'm going to learn something about myself or life, or that I'm going to take action. I'm going to change. So, and that change is going to be so positive because I wouldn't have made that choice. For instance, I've been telling myself I should go and do an open mic, and it's been a should at the back of my head, because even though I love performing, the concept of like, you still get nervous, and it's something that you love it, but you're like, yeah, and it's kind of those things. It's like people who do open stand-up comedy have, I heard someone say the same thing, that they were like, it's kind of like you have to hop on to a more kind of frequent showing up at doing something that you don't, kind of like going to the gym. Okay, it's easier if you get into the routine of going, so you don't have to like think about it too much. You're just like, it's just something that you do, as opposed to like having to convince yourself to go to the gym each time. The same thing with being able to perform, because it's not all like, oh, I go to the spa and everything's joyful. I get nervous. I can fail in front of tons of people and deal with shame and embarrassment, but I'll still get lessons. And I know that even if I fail, it's better than not having tried, because when I failed, at least I get input, I get data, I get information. Okay, these are some things that I can do for next time that I think will help me do better. And it's kind of just failing faster. But failing still freaking hurts and is horrible. So I want to avoid it as much as possible. But yeah, I did, and I hid for so many like years. But that didn't help me, because I kind of sat with it, as opposed to like kind of like, I think, moving through it. I don't know. But the whole point of this video is just to say my thinking is not that shame, guilt, embarrassment, fear, those emotions are bad. I think it's just the avoidance of them, because I can journal, and I can write songs about what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. And it makes me feel like I'm safe, that I've heard myself, that I don't have to run away from those things, because I am strong enough to get through those things. It's only when I'm like, I need to distract myself, and that is, and when that is the number one choice consistently, is creates an illness, like a dependence on the distraction, whether that is like, being way too much on screen. Anything can be a distraction, or as my therapist said, like anything can be adaptive or maladaptive. Like, wow, you love going to work, great, it's adaptive, it's helpful, inspiring, can bring so much to life. Or maladaptive, I avoid my issues in my life by overworking. Gym, like food, anything can be adaptive or maladaptive, according, or I don't know if that's true, but that's what we discussed in therapy. So yeah, it's not the negative emotion, it is the avoidance, it is the running away from consistently. You have a bad day, you want to go to the spa, you want to like eat some chocolate chip, whatever, cool. And you're not gonna, you know in the concept of alternative medicine, like develop an illness because you just distracted to yourself like a few times, many times. It's normal. We want to feel good. There's no shame in that. It's only when, oh no, I don't feel like I can handle that. Oh no, I'm too scared of that emotion. Oh no, I shouldn't feel that. I shouldn't do that. Instead of, oh, I'm curious. Oh wow, I feel that. Tell me more, like I wonder why, or where's that coming from, and really like have the time. And that's why journaling is so great, because I give myself the space and time to like really expand and say everything that I need to say. And it's kind of like a good shower, or when you go to the bathroom and you feel lighter, it's so important to flush it out of the system. And the only way to do that is through going through the process. Otherwise, you're kind of carrying it all still. And maybe this is not revelatory for anybody, but it's huge for me, because again, I just had, and for instance, I was trying to do my yoga because that's adaptive. Like I have a set of tools that I find useful, like yoga, journaling, art, writing songs, helps me, face these difficult concepts, but in a space that feels safe, basically. And I felt, if I have negative emotions, first of all, I don't feel confident that I can confront a situation that's negative. And looking at the negative emotions is too painful. But actually, when I take the time to consistently show up for myself, hear myself out, and then take action to speak up for myself, etc., then that I'm being kinder to myself. I'm taking action to explain, to evidence that I am enough, I am good enough for myself to care for myself. And that I won't punish myself because I got angry one day, or I got embarrassed one day, or I got sad one day. It's human. And I'm there for myself, and I'm there for the bigger growth. But am I exhausted at the moment? Well, I'm not exhausted. That's crazy. I'm still got so much life in me, but because of the wording. But I'm tired. I'm tired because I have spent so many years avoiding a lot of things, and I guess I don't have the tool belt yet, the resilient tool belt yet. But what I envision in the future is that I'll have more tools to better manage. I'll know myself better, and I'll be able to deal with things better. It's not that the challenges won't come. It's just that you'll just have more and more tools to deal with it. But it's kind of like we're still here.